Greetings! I am Chappers, Rob Chappers, from Andertons.co.uk, and this beautifully attractive man here, who's about to five me, is Rich. Rich is from Line 6, and Line 6, as you know, make these beautiful, credible guitars, like this one here, and I've got a bunch of questions to ask you all about them. Don't be nervous, everything's fine,
Yeah,
I'm in control.
Fine.
Let's start with, just tell me everything you know about this guitar.
Everything I know?
Yeah, and I'll stop you and buy some.
I thought we only had 23 minutes a tape.
That's fine. I've got more tapes.
We'll go to the hairy edge. This is the JTV69 US. This is one of the US made ones. It's alder body, maple neck, rosewood fingerboard, quarter sawn, maple neck on the American ones, with the hip shot tuners.
Beautiful little hip shot tuners.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And a bridge completely. All three bridges for the three different models were all designed by James Tyler for various reasons. This one, you'll need another flyby.
Yeah.
The strings drop in through the front.
Yeah.
They don't string through the back, as you can see here.
Yep.
Through the front.
And this is where all the sampling
Yes.
technology goes on.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
piezo feeds the model.
I was just having a shred on it in a drop D and a baritone fashion, and because something that was a mental concern to me because I'm old and I'm used to bad technology from the 80s, is that there might be some kind of lag.
Yeah.
There's no lag.
No.
It's unbelievable. It tracks everything you do.
There's actually, it's funny that you noticed that, because there's actually zero added latency with alt tuning. Our whiz bang DSP guys did a magic trick that
Your whiz bang DSP guys.
Yeah, we had some latency going, and I'm like, man, this is on the hairy edge. And he came walking in the next day and he said, try this, and I'm like, what kind of deal did you do to the devil to get rid of the latency? It's literally zero added latency.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Amazing. Yeah.
Was it maybe witchcraft?
It had to be something, I actually do know what it is, and I can't talk about it, but
it's witchcraft.
Yeah, it is.
You've heard it here first. It's American witchcraft. You're from Los Angeles, aren't you?
Yeah.
I can tell. They have witches there. So we've got so much to sort of discuss that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is that I want to dispel the whole kind of lots of technology is a bad thing.
Yeah.
This is a really good thing, because I sit down with it and I get excited and become a guitarist from my teenage years again.
Yeah.
I just want to do all sorts of kind of, kind of stuff. It's just amazing, Literally any tuning you can think of, you can scroll up and down and get, and it just becomes that tuning. And like you were saying earlier, there's no difference in tension on the strings, so you can get super used to whatever tension you need, and it just stays the same.
Well, and then when you're in a baritone tuning, not only does it feel right for you, it also sounds tighter.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound floppy.
Let's do that right now. So hold on, I'll take it from standard. So this is just, actually, we can just do standard like that. So let's go baritone. So here's normal.
Goodness gracious me.
It's amazing. And it even tracks with the bar.
I'm not playing now. I'm a bass player, so you won't be hearing any of my licks after that lick. That was amazing.
We will.
Harmonics.
Yeah.
How hard is pinch harmonics when you're actually tuned to B?
Well, it depends on your string gauge and your amp type and how good as a player you are, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's harder to get
It's
in
a bit
one
harder.
when you're
This is awesome.
Built-in whammy.
Yeah, it's just awesome, mate. We've got, how many different kinds of model have we got? I forget now.
There's 25 different guitars of various ilk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you buy a guitar for $1,000 and you had 25 of them, that's 25 grand. I'm guessing this doesn't cost 25 grand.
It's about 24 grand. No, not really. Not even close.
24 pygmy ingots.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the way to see it.
Okay.
You may have a great collection, but you might sell 3 or 4 of them because this is going to cover a lot of bases with.
And
the
also,
other ones.
if you're a gigging guy or a session dude, how much crap do you want to bring to a gig when you've got a 5-minute changeover, when you've got to play a half an hour set with 4 other bands? You know.
Well, before this guitar, you would be like, gosh, I wish I could bring one.
Yeah.
Now you can.
Yeah. That's it.
You can bring your acoustic. You can bring your sitar.
I think it's amazing, and I'm really glad that I've got one on the way to me. Now, I have one of the standard model JT guitars coming to me when they arrive in the UK, which is very exciting. And they have exactly the same electronics as these super American handmade beauties, don't they?
Everything that has anything to do with sound, pickups, bridge, guts, all exactly the same.
Yeah. Wow.
Is the one at the top the tunings and the one on the knob the models? Okay, cool.
Yeah, tunings, models.
And is that the same on all 3 JTVs?
Yeah.
There's like a wheel at the top and a knob.
No, like the one that you have in your other videos, it's 4 knobs down here, and the shred guitar is 4 knobs down here. That was, that's a Jim Tyler. I mean, I was with him all the way, but people were trying to figure out how could we put 4 knobs on a Strat style guitar, and it was like, that would be witchcraft. Yeah. So Jim's like, why don't you throw it up here like a Jazzmaster?
Well, the cool thing is that you can now use this when you're playing.
Yeah.
Realistically, if you want to go, I mean, you can activate and turn off, but you can change between 2 of them really quickly.
Yeah.
But it's a nice, simple
and
place to play.
You can modify those to anything you want with something called virtual cable.
I know, it's exciting.
Yeah.
So you could literally. The thing is, it opens doors for composition because I write too much in E flat, drop D.
Yeah.
And for example, I also like drop A.
Yeah.
But you need 2 guitars completely set up differently, but you can have anything, you can have open A, open G, you can set any tuning at all.
And of course, hooked up to the new Pod HD 500 with the VDI, you can use your foot to change tunings.
Yeah.
You could have the same model, same everything set up on 2 different switches and change tunings, which I told to a fella named Marcos Curiel from POD, and he goes, wait, hold on. So I could write a song in Dadgad, clean telly, and go to drop C, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm like, he goes, I could write songs that way on purpose.
It's like when I first heard the Pog Effect, I wrote 7 tunes straight off because it was so inspiring. It just did this thing where you kind of thought, oh my god, I can do this and this and this. This is the same thing. Because all of a sudden, if you're a deathcore dude, you want to go to a breakdown, you can go down 2 tones, 3 tones, whatever you want, and you've got it there, like that, click, 2 tones, or even click here.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Well, and when we get into the custom banks, you can actually save your tunings on the 5-way.
Yeah. The other thing is, that you should know, unless you don't know, if you turn this off, it's just a guitar. Just a regular electric guitar. Does its thing. It plays incredibly well. This is a regular C-type, S-type neck. Nice big frets. It plays as good as any guitar in its price range, if not better, because this man just gave it to me. Isn't that the deal? I don't know. Is that the deal? This guitar would retail for about 2,300 Imperial UK GBP credits, pounds, English sterling. And for my money, it's worth that money. It really is. There's just so much you can do with it, and it's such an amazing guitar that it's just worth it. It really is. If you're a gigging guy, if you're a session guy, if you're just a dude at home that wants to be able to scroll through loads of tunings, loads of different kinds of guitar models, this is probably the only guitar that does it.
Yep. It's kind of the only game in town now.
You have no choice. They've cornered your market.
Yeah.
Should we try a different bunch of presets and just show these guys what it's all about? I think to make these presets really sing out, we're going to use a clean tonality. And I'm just going to go open chord. Here's how it sounds. I'm not going to play anything fancy for you.
Yeah.
And then the tunings are just lots of fun, so we'll just scream some genty stuff for that.
We'll do some of the stuff that I do when I just kind of am hanging with an artist and I kind of show them why it's amazing.
By the way, unless you don't know, Rich here is artist relations for Line 6.
Great, now I'm going to get emails.
Yeah. He's artist relations for Line 6. Yeah. So who's the most famous person you've met, or the most exciting person you've met?
Well, in the last couple of years, 2 guys. The Edge.
The Edge?
that was pretty
Wow.
awesome. He's very, very.
I bet he
super
loved
guy.
this.
He hasn't seen this yet.
He hasn't seen it
No,
yet.
we were
But he
on
has
some
now.
M13
Hi,
stuff.
Edge.
Yeah. And then James Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's that?
sweet guy, sweet, funny, kind of razz me.
What's model?
Okay, so model and standard. So your first two slots on the thing.
Yeah.
Model, basically this is working like Variax 1.
Okay.
You can save tunings over here.
Oh, right.
When you go to standard, it takes everything E to E.
Okay.
So with Workbench, which actually ships with the guitar with all JTVs, US and Korean, Workbench ships with the guitar now.
Right. Okay.
Which be like 69 quid for you guys back in the day. You can get in there and you can customize tunings on every model
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah.
Save it there, and
Yeah.
then boom, you're E to E,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
save crazy tunings over
That's
here.
just amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, well, let's start with the T model.
How about we don't?
Okay.
I got a better thing.
Okay.
Let's start with.
I had a whole lot of
this-
Mr. T jokes saved up.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Let's start with Sitar. And,
Okay.
And the reason I start with Sitar is because it's the craziest sound coming out of a guitar. It just, you
It
know.
was really weird as I was about to prepare myself for drop D, but it's not drop D anymore because it's standard home. It's amazing, isn't
There's an amazing number of pop songs with Sitar. You got your obvious Norwegian woods, but you also, I just had a guy who was doing a track for Glee, and they were doing Signed, Sealed, Delivered. There's funk sitar on Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
it? Doesn't sound anything like that then.
No, well, not Signed, Sealed, Delivered, but you go listen to the track, and it's pretty.
Have you
shocking.
ever heard Overdriven Gain Sitar Blues?
Actually, that's one of the things Adrian Ballou actually loves about the Variax that's built into his
Yeah.
Parker is being able to run crazy sounds through his effects and come up with stuff you can't
Yeah.
normally.
Oh, it's amazing.
But now play a little banjo, and there's a reason for it. Perfect. So, stop. Now just kind of scratch on the strings like this. What do you hear?
Yeah.
You hear the drum. That's called body resonance. And so if this was synthesis, you wouldn't hear that. So we're mixing the body resonance of an original whatever it is.
You're including the imperfections and every nuance, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what the pickup sees, or in the case of acoustics, what the microphone sees.
Yeah.
So if I go to a Super 400, play little jazzy chords, and you get that thumb, and just break it with your thumb, just dead. Kill it all the way. That fatness comes from body resonance.
That's why I'm fat. I've got so much musical resonance vibrating through my simian core.
Going here
Yeah.
too, yeah. So getting back to the modeling, then you got acoustic guitars. This moves the microphone around. The tone knob moves the microphone around.
I'm going to drop D it as well.
Sure. Actually, stay in standard.
Oh, okay.
There's your 6 string.
That's incredible.
Let's take it to 12 string. For Variax owners will immediately notice the improvement in the 12 strings. And that's one tuning. Now we'll alt tune the 12 string and go grab the
Amazing, mate. I can't hear you. I'm too busy shredding.
You have a doppelganger in the United States named
Do I?
Phil X.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love Phil X, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the dude, but I could never meet up with him.
Yeah.
I sent him an email. Phil, if you're watching, and I doubt you are because you're famous.
Just clip this and we'll send it to him.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Phil X. I
Phil.
really wanted to collab and do a single with Phil.
Yeah.
Because I clicked on a video and thought,
Goodness gracious me.
it's me but good looking.
Yeah.
And tried to get in touch and we didn't get a word back and I was gutted. Actually felt like I'd been stabbed in the eye.
Yeah. Well,
So if Phil wants to collab on a single and take over the internet with me,
I'm sure we can figure that out.
do you know it?
Yeah, he's a good friend. Yeah. He's a good dude too. Have you ever heard of Frozen Ghost?
Frozen Ghost? No.
Just make sure you look it up and know everything there is to know about Frozen Ghost. So when you meet him, you can start with that.
Is it an ice
Dude,
cream?
I used to listen to your band Frozen Ghost out of Canada.
Oh, I listened to his new band, but I've not heard
But
his...
no, they were from the.
Is he from Canada?
Yeah.
I got married in Canada, Phil.
There you go.
I got married in Toronto.
Perfect. Yeah.
Could have been a relative of yours. That's a transition. It's great because it's an acoustic guitar, but it's not boring.
Yeah. Well, it's also going to be a lot more interesting than any acoustic plugged in because that's just sort of the piezo sound. And there's companies that make some good stuff that gets you kind of there.
Yeah.
But this is literally a model of a mic'd up in the studio under the greatest conditions acoustic.
So no feedback either problems? Or
No, none.
It's very cool.
No, that's amazing. What's an acoustic through gain like?
I actually had a cat. Good friend of mine, Dwayne Laring, was recording, and he's one of my beta guys. And he called me up, freaking out. And this guy's a hardcore fan of another company. And, we'll leave it at that. I mean, he's known for playing that particular guitar. And he called me up, and he's like, "Man, I am moving all over this thing, and I'm tracking, and I'm getting it done." And he goes, I'm like to the point where I'm not thinking about what it is. I'm spinning the knob, finding a tone that fits in the track. Yeah. And he called me up and he was like, he played me that exact thing. The parlor guitar through distortion with some cool effects. And it was
so this is a parlor?
Yeah.
I've got a parlor.
Yeah. And this is, we're playing through a guitar. Imagine if we were in a full range system. It's a whole other land. Well, that's why I like to trip people out. I go 6 string, 12 in 12 string, in dadgad, with a tremolo. In North Carolina.
A hand doppelganger. What is a hand? Is that a porn thing?
No. It's a guitar player from one of my bands.
Really?
Yeah.
He has hair here.
A little bit, but
my brother has hair
the way
here.
you hold your pick. You know,
really?
You're, yeah. It's kind of like having flashbacks.
Some of them are good.
No, they're all good. I'm kidding. Casey's watching. Love you, Kurt. All right.
When I actually shook Joe Satriani's hand, I was shaking so much that I couldn't distinguish the difference between his hand and mine, which felt quite nice. So that's so hold on. It's so weird because you can change tunings. You kind of when you tune normally, your mind goes bang, it's in this tuning and that's it. But now you can change it so quickly. You kind of have to stay switched on.
Yeah.
You need to switch on yourself.
Yeah.
Amazing. So,
So-
when I'm in a model, are these just variants of the model?
So it's laid out pretty simply for the mother load of the models. Most guitars, if you think about it, electric guitars, they're three-way.
Yeah.
You know, everything from Tellys to Pauls to Specials to Gretches to your Rickenbackers.
Pauls.
Yeah, Les Pauls. What do you call them?
I thought it was some kind of generic kind of marketing spiel to avoid saying Les Paul.
No,
I thought Paul
no.
was a good thing.
I always
You
say
might
Paul.
get sued by the film company that making Paul.
Exactly. Yeah. In fact, I think I just heard a cease and desist come in right there. Did you hear it?
So this is a 5-way, yeah?
Yeah.
2, 3,
So
4, 5.
so it's a 5-way. So for most of the models, it's bridge, neck, and both.
Right.
So one, bridge and neck in the same place, and
Yeah.
in the middle is both. And then we do something cool in between.
Oh,
so
okay.
for instance, on the specials, it's a model of a Paul Jr.
Yeah.
And then it's a special, and then special both.
All right.
So
let's do that.
basically, and then the in-betweens, number 2 and number 4 position is the bridge and neck of something else, and in this case, the Firebird model.